I'm slightly bummed. My second favorite band is getting back together this year, and they're playing at Riot Fest. But outside of that, the nearest place they're playing is Detroit.
I love Detroit. Go to
I'm
Detroit.
super
Detroit
tempted.
fans are the next level
Oh
anyway.
my
Like
God.
that'll be a fun concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would drive out for the Detroit crowd on that
Yeah,
one.
it's gonna be
For
good.
sure.
People are gonna get sad, drink some Faygo, and fucking dance around until the Detroit style pizza erupts from their bellies. It's gonna be a good time. I might have only described my experience in the future, but we'll see.
Grab some burners for the drive back.
Oh God, fuck Verners.
Fuck you.
I don't like it.
How dare you?
Look, I'm allowed to not like one soda everyone loves. Good day.
It's only the greatest soda.
I'll try it again someday. I think when I tried it, I was expecting Canada Dry, and it was like I said something wrong to a guy at a dive bar.
Yeah, it's like, no, exactly. Like Burners is the Detroit, like you go to Windsor's and you pick up some Canada Dry, and then you drive back, and Burners is the Detroit equivalent, where it's like it's got brass knuckles on. And just wants to beat the shit out of you. Not for your wallet, not for like your keys, just for the fun of it.
It's purely clout. Also, would you like to buy a pool table? It's missing 3 balls. Oh my God. Good Verner's dialogue. Strong opinions.
So we're keeping this, right? Yeah.
I guess. Insert music. Hey y'all, welcome back to Gadfly, the podcast about third parties, fringe candidates, and just generally weird American electoral history. I'm Dusty Wilson.
I'm Una O'Leary.
And this week has been a week. I don't know if anyone else has been on that work is insane boat, but I don't know what's going on. If everyone's just panicking that next Monday's a holiday, and so everyone's just losing their minds.
There's always a dumb ramp up to a federal holiday on my end. But then also, I'm having extreme lemon it's Wednesday, concepts of time.
Well, I was telling you on Sunday I pulled an all-nighter for work, which is, the millennial dream right there amongst the many other millennial dreams.
I get paid hourly, right? No, we don't. No, we don't.
No, right now you're paying paid in your own misery and self-doubt.
At a certain point, you have to pay them.
I mean, in
you're
theory,
just putting in so many hours.
But where will I get my office LaCroix?
You get office LaCroix?
I mean, when we were meeting in the office, we did. Yeah, we actually got a bevy machine, which is like a Coke Freestyle, but with bubbly water.
Ooh,
it was great. They had caffeinated water. I was doomed. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. I think they got rid of them after the pandemic, though. So pour one out for bevy, a company that was trying so hard.
A company that did its best.
Look, you couldn't have predicted this.
Force majeure all the way.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of companies that were like, we were doing fine, I promise you. And now everyone realized they don't need offices.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. And now I have to buy my own LaCroix.
So going into this week, I had just minimal time to research, and I'm already working through a book for the next thing I'm really excited about. But, while I was researching, I kind of realized there was one really big question that was still nagging me this whole time from the trio of episodes we did before. And it's, why the fuck is Gavin Newsom getting recalled anyway?
Oh, that is a good question.
Because, I finished this, and so the question that exists on the paper is different from what I know now. But starting, I had no fucking clue. I assume it's something COVID.
I just assumed it was making people wear masks.
Yeah, it was either going to be like some sort of mask mandate thing, or I don't know. It just seems very unclear. We just know it's happening.
Yeah, people died because there was a major health issue and no federal resources to tackle it.
Yeah, and as is California's tradition, if you're getting recalled, it cannot be your fault.
Yes. So enlighten me.
So to start with this, I think we got to start with where we start with everything and talk about the man this is all about. A fellow by the name of Gavin Christopher Newsom.
The very good looking Gavin Christopher Newsom.
I hate to say it, the man's a hunk. He's not my type. Definitely not my type. I mean, there are like 3 dudes in this world where I would be like, I am completely butterflied right now, and I would love to take you out on a date, and then we would have a very awkward evening at the end where I would be like, I don't know what to do.
I never imagined us getting this far, and this is kind of where the fantasy just kind of cuts to black, like a rom-com.
Look, Karamo from Queer Eye, I know you're risking your marriage for this, but yeah, Gavin's a snack. It's unfortunate how attractive that man is.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've objectified Gavin Newsom, something that no one's ever done before. Let's talk about him when he was a baby. So Gavin was born in San Francisco, California in 1967 into what could only be described as a collection of the luckiest circumstances ever. Now, the Newsoms are longtime residents of the Bay Area. In fact, they've been there for about 4 generations worth of Newsoms. And during that time, they've established themselves as pillars of the community in multiple ways. His father, William Alfred Newsom III, served as a state appeals court judge for 20 years, was close with Governor Jerry Brown, but the family's biggest boon would come from his other main job, as the administrator of the Getty Family Trust.
Oh.
So for those of you outside of California, the Getty family is synonymous with absolute goddamn fucking wealth. The family claims that the Pennsylvania city of Gettysburg had been named in honor after one of their forefathers, but the big hit for them would come in the early 1900s. George Franklin Getty would move his family to Oklahoma from Minnesota in 1904, and from there begin a career as an independent oil man. Prior to that, he made a solid living as a lawyer, but within 2 years of moving and founding the Minahoma Oil Company, Getty had made himself a millionaire. And with that new cash, he moved the family again, this time to Los Angeles. So George would have a son, John Paul, who followed in his father's footsteps. After a small loan from his father at the age of 21, John would invest in his own oil wells and, just like his father, became a millionaire within 2 years. And this would be enough for George to merge the two oil companies together and officially create the Getty Oil Company. By the time George died in 1930, the business was worth between $10 to $15 million. Now, Jean Paul would make his way through the Great Depression, primarily thanks to his asshole level of frugality. Getty emerged from the financial collapse completely unscathed, which allowed him to buy out multiple flailing oil companies and put under his own banner. The biggest boon, though, was a huge risk that he took in 1948. By that year, Getty had taught himself Arabic, with the express goal of striking a deal with Ibn Saud, the founder of Saudi Arabia. Now, the deal stated that if Getty paid Ibn Saud $9.5 million in cash up front, he would have the rights to the oil discovered in a barren area of desert between Saudi Arabia and Kuwait called the Neutral Zone. So this land had initially been set up by the British to put off setting an official border between the two states when they became independent, but also it was set up to accommodate the Bedouins who lived in the area and don't really have much cause or reason for state lines.
Yeah.
Because, they just kind of move around whatever the fuck they want, and you got to figure out a way to accommodate for that. So to sweeten the deal, Getty promised Ibn Saud that he would receive $1 million each year, no matter what, and get 55 cents per each barrel of oil found. Now, Ibn Saud agreed, and 5 years later, oil was discovered in the area. About 16 million barrels a year worth of oil. And suddenly, John Paul Getty became one of the wealthiest people in the entire world. And actually, in 1966, he was ranked the legit richest person in the world with a personal wealth of $1.2 billion. It's, the kind of money that you should have no idea how to spend. But
they always find a way, and it's never paying taxes.
Well, in Getty's instance, it's never doing anything with it, except buying art.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So Getty
Getty
Museum.
Museum and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So most notoriously, though, is Getty's inability to be a human on any level whatsoever. He would be married 5 times. 2 of his wives he married when they were 17, and one he met when she was 14, but claimed they didn't start getting romantic until she was 21.
Oh, I'm going to call bullshit on that.
Oh,
also, huge red flag. What?
It's not good.
It's not great.
His second marriage was to a girl when she was 17. They had eloped to Mexico for the marriage. However, his first divorce hadn't been finalized yet, so it turned out it was bigamy, and so they had to quickly annul the marriage in Mexico before coming back. I don't know how that marriage didn't work out. So devastating.
It didn't work out because she kept getting older.
Yeah. Oh, God. You promised me you'd stop at 18. So the other issue with Getty was he was just a genuinely terrible husband. He was emotionally unavailable. He was physically distant, mainly due to preferring to conduct business over being near his wives. And he was very emotionally abusive. There was, I believe it was his 4th or 5th wife. They were on vacation in Italy, and he forced her to climb up to the crater of Mount Vesuvius while she was pregnant.
Oh.
And I believe the theory was, I have paid for this tour. You're going up there. But also, whenever he was living in, say, New York or London, he also kept a group of whatever woman he was infatuated with at the time at his place. Never really above the age of 23 or 24, and just kind of ever present. Yeah. So another example of him being just very emotionally dead inside would be when his son Timmy died of a brain tumor at the age of 12. Now, at the time, Getty was in England on business, and he thought to himself, and he was like, you know what? I should stay in England. And he missed his son's funeral to do business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was partially like his son had gone partially blind from the brain tumor. Apparently, it was a very, very rough time in general. And he was like, I'm not going to be near it. You can deal with that. You are the wife.
It's like, I don't have the emotional bandwidth to even do anything with my hands if I were there. So why don't I just continue putting deals together?
Yep. I would be digging for oil and talking on the phone if I was at the funeral. This is better for everyone.
Yes.
But the most famous example of John Paul Getty's assholery would probably be when his 16-year-old grandson, John Paul Getty III, was kidnapped in Italy by the fucking mafia.
Nice mafia.
Yeah. And so, if I remember right, part of the story is like John Paul's a 16-year-old. He's like bragging about his money and, just being generally a teenager, Being
loud and American.
Yeah, exactly. Like there is no teenager in America, whether you were born with wealth or not. If you had $1 billion to your name and you were a teenager, you would be loud about it, whether you meant to or not.
I'm going to buy this island. What's the island called? Sicily? Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm calling this Pray for Harambe Island. Brought to you by the meme apocalypse. Also, can I pay for this in Doge? That's my impression of a teenager.
This is terrible.
I'm sure that's thoroughly accurate to the
this is every TikTok video that is then mocked on TikTok. It's just an Ouroboros of
Olivia Rodrigo
culture.
did a song about the island I bought. What do you mean the mafia wants to talk to me? So John Paul Getty III's partying. He says a few things too loud. The mafia's like, well, this will be easy. They kidnap him, and they send a message to Jean Paul Getty and say, we will give your grandson back for $17 million. And Jean Paul Getty responded with, how about we haggle?
So there's this amazing, I forget the name of the comic, but it's from like the era of Sid Caesar and all of that, where the guy's main character was this huge tight ass. And that was what his character was known for. And in one of the episodes, like someone comes up and robs him. And he's like, your money or your life? I said, your money. I'm thinking.
Winchesters.
So that's, it's John Paul Getty in a nutshell. He's like, 100%. We have your son.
And look, the reasons he gave for not wanting to pay, because initially he was just not going to pay the ransom at all. And his idea behind this, or at least the one he publicly said, was, I have 13 grandchildren. If I start saying they're worth $17 million, then everyone's going to try to kidnap them.
Listen, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
But also, not all 13 of those grandchildren are idiots.
Yeah, not all of them are 16.
Right.
You can put a moratorium on international travel when your kids turn 13.
I mean, I do kind of love it for the unhinged, no longer connected to actual reality aspect of it. Of like, you know what? I am bored. Let's negotiate. Let's have some fun. Yeah. Like this is a human life, sir. Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Let me tell you a story about when my father talked to the head of Saudi Arabia. But yeah, so essentially they were like $17 million, and Getty countered with $3 million. Now of this, Getty would directly pay $2.2 million because that was the highest he could spend and still get a tax deduction on the money.
Wow.
So I don't know if there is a specific tax deduction for ransom.
But he found it.
Apparently there is. I don't know specifically what was in the tax code in the fucking 70s that allowed for a ransom deal, and then the other $800,000 would be a loan that he paid to John Paul Getty III that would accrue interest at 4% yearly that he would have to repay.
Oh, he made his grandson?
He got into it? You're the one talking loud in fucking Catalonia.
I mean, honestly, great way to teach your idiot grandchild a lesson. It's like, oh, you think you're getting any of this?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We will get to that. And so they end up getting the $3 million put together. And Gavin's dad would actually be one of the people who flew out to Italy to handle the handoff of the cash. So Jean III was immediately released, and he immediately got to a phone to call his grandfather to thank him. But John Paul Getty refused to come to the phone.
Couldn't be fucking bothered. It wasn't even collect.
You made me spend $2.2 million. I will send you very stern, passive-aggressive letters each year to remind you how much interest has accrued. If they would have sent a finger, at least something from your body, I might have lowered the interest.
And today this tradition lives on as Sally Mae.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Boo. So, look, we're laughing a lot about this, but the real life repercussions for Jean were awful. So he suffered it terribly when he was under, like, being held by the fucking mafia. I'm sure they were not very nice at all. And he would end up spending his entire life suffering from PTSD. And the only way he dealt with it was through self-medication through various drugs. Eventually, he would end up getting a terrible stroke through a combination of booze and drugs, which led to him being paralyzed, blind, and unable to speak for the remainder of his life.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because you couldn't pay $17 million because you couldn't fucking be bothered to stand up and answer the fucking phone. It's John Paul Getty's the worst. And the thing that sucks is, like, there are so many things around Los Angeles that we get to enjoy today because of one tightwad asshole who hated his children and his wives.
Oh my God.
It's fucking terrible. Like, the dude that Griffith Park is named after in Los Angeles killed his wife. He's a wife murderer.
What? And now we just use it to take strolls?
Because he was rich and he got away with it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's Los Angeles is so weird, but I think if you know those two things, it kind of explains it a little better.
Really puts things into perspective.
This is the beautiful museum on top of a mountain that you cannot access unless you ride a one-way tram. It is free except for the tram ride, and it is built by a man who would rather do spreadsheets than mourn his son.
Oh my God.
I mean, I get it, but still. Spreadsheets are great.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
So, in a final just coup de grace of shittiness, John Paul Getty would die with extraordinary wealth, and he bequeathed barely any of it to anyone. All of the women who were living with him towards the end of his life, hoping to at least get something, got very specific low amounts of money. Like examples that were given were like, she gets $109 and she gets 1,473. Because towards the end of his life, he might have been dementia, but he had a habit of daily going back to his will and rewriting the whole fucking thing.
Oh no.
So the only person who was left with much of anything would be Gordon Getty, which is one of his sons, who would end up getting the vast amount of the oil company. His wife would end up getting 2/3 of the remaining stock, if I remember correctly. And then everyone else just got pittances and maybe stock options.
Wow.
Yeah, just a true asshole even till death.
Yeah, they got $109 and possibly generational trauma.
Yeah, I had to fuck that man. worth more than 109 goddamn dollars. I am stealing this tea set. And I'm pushing over a clock on my way out. That's the story I want to hear. Anyway, yeah. So, but this is the thing: is like if you're handling the Getty family trust after Jean-Paul Getty has died, you are dealing with billions of dollars of actual money of artistic work. There's like, if I remember right, the Getty Museum is worth about $10 billion in art alone.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
Yeah, it is his own private collection that he just donated to the city, essentially. And so it's a ton of responsibility with a lot of fucking money that rides on it. And the benefit you get with that is you get every connection you could possibly want in the entire state, because everyone wants a little bit of that trust money.
Wow. Oh yeah, yeah.
And if you're friends with the guy who controls it, there's a pretty good chance it might work out for you. Especially now that John Paul Getty's dead.
Right.
Like fucking shorting Satan on whatever dues he has to pay.
Oh my God. The other perk is you're probably getting a good living wage, which is more than $109.
Oh, 100%. God damn it. Yep. So anyway, back to Gavin. So while he did have those family connections and access to a fuck ton of wealth, he would end up having a bit of a dual life, because when he was 2 years old, his parents would get divorced. His father moved away and struggled to pay adequate child support, mainly due to, quote, having a habit of giving his money away. And his mother would end up raising him, as well as a couple of his other siblings, working multiple jobs as a secretary, bookkeeper, and waitress, often at the same time. Not at the exact same time, but you know what I mean. And so often his family would go without gifts on Christmas, but despite the financial hardship, Gavin's mother would also foster children often throughout his childhood. She just seemed to be a woman who cared just the world for people and wanted folks to have an advantage that other folks typically couldn't. But that isn't to say that those family connections wouldn't be there to help out when Gavin needed them. So at the age of 5, he would begin his schooling at, and my French is terrible, the École Notre-Dame de Victoire. It's a private bilingual school with a focus on Catholicism. It's like a Marist Catholicist school where you learn in both English and French.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tuition, at least now, is $10,000 a child. But if you send more than one kid, you do get a couple discounts.
Yeah, probably like $1,000 knocked off.
It's exactly $1,000.
Oh
Two
my
kids
God.
is $18,000.
God forbid you have twins. Come on now.
Yeah, that's if you're rich and you have twins and you're like, well, we get a discount at the Catholic school.
Okay, one of you is learning French and the other is learning English. That's how this is going to work.
So Gavin would attend that school up until the 8th grade, but it's noted that he really wasn't that successful of a student, mainly because Gavin suffers to this day from severe dyslexia.
Oh.
It's noted that as governor, he requests that all of the briefings and reports be given to him in an audio format, because if they're just written down, he can't understand it.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of shocking, a private Catholic school not offering alternative modes to learning for their students with learning disabilities. Who would have saw that coming?
They won't even allow you to be left-handed. Come on.
What, do you want us to play the sound of a ruler hitting your knuckles? Come on. But you know what? If I'm paying $10,000 a year for my kid to go to that school, they better fucking have something ready. Look,
this isn't Montessori.
I get the fucking thing where it's like if people are going to a private school, they're like, I'm paying you to graduate from this college. I sometimes understand that. Not when it's like you're a grown-ass adult and you should be putting forth the work. But in this particular case, when it's a 5-year-old who can't understand the words or numbers in front of them and I'm paying you $10,000, the last thing I want is a nun to shrug at me and walk away. No,
that's so true. Because I'm sure part of what you're paying as well is the ability to have a classroom of, 5 kids. So it's like you have the time. Like the money is going towards the resource of, an additional person in that classroom specifically for the child with the learning disability.
Yeah. And also, I could not imagine how fucking hard school must be if you're dyslexic and you have to learn English and French.
And French. Yeah. With the little accent graves and outs.
Yep. You're
absolutely
you're
not.
Just fucked.
Yeah.
And so his dyslexia would result in his grades not being up to snuff to enter prep school. So when Gavin finished the 8th grade, he moved into the public sector at Redwood High School. And while he was there, he would focus a lot more on sports, mainly playing baseball, which he did well enough to earn a partial scholarship to Santa Clara University.
Hey.
But that admittance might also have been because of family connections.
Ah.
Because Gavin does admit when he was applying for school and, living with his mom, they called every family friend they possibly could to see where they could get him into school, which I'm half and half on this. I get that, like, you're using advantages that other people don't have, and that fucking sucks. But at the same time, your mom is killing herself trying to make sure that you get everything that you need. So it's a rough story. If he was just born rich and didn't have to work for this shit.
Well, and if that were the case, they wouldn't be calling anyone, because the school would be coming to them being like, yeah, you're a legacy and a huge donor. So which dorm room would you like?
Look, Stanford needs another handball court. Would you want to show up?
We're taking pickleball to the Olympics, and we want Stanford to be
fucking old playing your goddamn pickleball. Stand up and play tennis like a man. That'll get us canceled probably. Anyway, and so Gavin gets into Santa Clara partially because the family knew a guy who was on the Santa Clara University Board of Regents. He was probably good enough to get that baseball scholarship to begin with, but it's kind of alluded that he greased the wheels to make sure that Gavin at least got in, which was for the best, because after 2 years of playing baseball, Gavin would end up throwing his arm out and has never thrown a baseball since.
Which is also the shittiness of sports scholarships, frankly.
Yeah.
To say nothing of like just how incredibly used those student athletes are. Mm-hmm. Like if they are able to like succeed with that scholarship all 4 years.
Exactly, yeah. And so luckily for Gavin, he would be able to afford to stay, and he ended up getting his degree in political science in 1989. And what do you do with a degree in political science, Una? That's right, you get your real estate license.
Listen, you gotta pay, I don't know. Yeah, you got to meet your neighbors somehow.
That's true. That is true. And I know I'm making fun of it because it's not like you or I did anything immediately with playwriting or screenwriting after we got out of college. Yeah. But this is a fun joke.
I don't have the disposition for real estate. But anyway.
Yeah. But that might have also been because Gavin knew someone in the real estate industry, a dude by the name of Walter Shorenstein, who's considered to be the real estate baron of San Francisco.
What?
Which is a lot of ways of saying that he's a man who just shits money.
Yeah.
And so Gavin would end up spending the next year doing assistant work for about $18K a year, which in San Francisco, that is some rough times.
Well, hold on. $18K a year in 1990 money?
Yeah, 1990
with 1990 rents? Okay, so he's squeaking by, but he's probably okay.
Yeah, this is before like the dot-com money really ruined it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But the thing is, he needed something to do in his free time, and he decided what he was going to do was start a business. And in 1991, Gavin called up a family friend, Gordon Getty, the inheritor and eventual seller of Getty Oil, and also the richest person in the country as of 1983.
In my head, just because the name sounds similar, I'm imagining Gordon Gekko.
Yep.
Pinstripes. Because it's like the right time-ish.
Yeah, from what I've read, just imagine him as a more paternal Gordon Gekko, and you're not far off.
Okay.
Like a man who actually cares about younger men. And like, not that way. I will take you under my wing and let you make mistakes.
I will genuinely mentor you.
I will give you the love my father was genuinely incapable of ever giving anyone.
Oh.
So he called up Gordon, and Gordon has stated multiple times that he loved Gavin like a son, that he viewed him as a surrogate father during this time after Gavin's father left for Placer County. And so when Gavin called him up, he's like, hey, I have a business proposition for you. He's like, well, you know what? I'm going to be good by you and I'm going to take the meeting. And I think he decided ahead of time, no matter what it was, he was just going to say yes. And the idea that he pitched, even under the best of circumstances, is about the worst idea he could have.
Now I'm imagining Joe Bluth saying, I've made a terrible mistake. That's what Gordon Getty is thinking right now.
Yeah. So Gavin wants to start a winery. And so I used to work in the wine industry on the sales side of things for a while. And the most dad joke of dad jokes you hear in the industry goes as such. Hey, how do you turn a billionaire into a millionaire? You start a winery.
Oof.
It is an industry that you have to have all the knowledge possible and every ounce of luck for even things to slightly come out in your favor. There's only so much land available. Weather is highly unpredictable. Freaking wildfires happen and could wipe out your entire crop. Centuries of vines that have been cultivating for years and years and years could be destroyed by one loose cigarette in the worst time. And also, you're always one mistake away from ruining entire batches of product. And even then, you have to figure out ways to set yourself apart from the hundreds of other American wineries, let alone the thousands of other wineries worldwide who have been doing this for centuries. So yeah, let's start a winery is kind of the rich California version of we should totally start a band.
Right. Or, hey, let's open up a bar.
Oh my God, it's even better. Yeah, that is a much better representation because you are going to lose money starting a bar.
Just, all the money. Like, you better be doing this for the love. Exactly, and then even still, it's going to close in a year.
Look, you have opened up this bar for 6 months. Your friends will drink for free and then figure out what to do.
Yep.
So Gordon signed up and Newsom opened Plump Jack, which is a very weird name, but apparently was named after an opera that Gordon had written himself based on the Shakespeare character of John Falstaff.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So
That's
Gordon is he has a history in opera. He very much wanted to be a performer and since then has gone on to write, I believe, 2 or 3 operas, some of which have actually gotten produced in major areas, including the Leipzig Center in Vienna. That might be talent, it might be money. Who fucking knows?
Yes.
I can't fucking critique opera. It's long and I've tried. But yeah, and so he names it after the first opera that he wrote based on John Falstaff, which honestly I've never read any of the Shakespeare that features Falstaff, so I don't know any good jokes to make on that.
I got nothing.
All right, well, pretend we said something funny.
All right, yeah.
Let's go.
Plump Jack.
Yeah, I think it was a joke based on the fact that John Falstaff as a character was relatively rotund, or at least that's what all the pictures appear to depict.
Yes.
So, rotund for the Middle Ages, which is probably like, I don't know, 6'1" and 210 pounds, maybe. I don't know.
Sure, but like not muscle 200.
Oh no. This is a guy that eats fucking cock rolls every day. He's
living the good life.
Yeah, I got a meat pie full of strange bits. Let's do this. And so initially he would open it up as a wine shop in the Fillmore neighborhood of San Francisco, but by 1995 he had begun producing their own wine. And in 1997 they would buy 53 acres of century-old vines in Napa Valley, and the Plump Jack Winery became a legit thing. And it's Napa, so they had to place all their focus on making a notable Cabernet Sauvignon, which, when I say that, Una, how much wine drinky from Napa have you done?
I've been to Napa and done the wine drinky at Napa. It was fantastic. It was me and all my female cousins on my dad's side. Got together and had ourselves a little girls trip in Napa. It was amazing. And, by then I had grown weary of the Cab Sav.
Yeah.
I had discounted it. And then I realized what it could be.
Yeah. And what it usually is initially, at least from Napa, is it is a wine that is full of tannins and it is going to punch you in the mouth unless you've aerated it for about a week and a half. But it's $300 a bottle, and I promise it's going to be good eventually.
It's $300 a bottle. It has to have its own spring break where you just let it go wild.
This wine needs a what, Rumspringa?
Yes.
And yeah, it's like when you aerate it for, I believe the actual amount of time is typically like 4 hours, give or take. It's going to be good and it's going to tighten, or it's going to be less tight, as they say. But if you just drink it straight from the bottle, you might as well just be drinking sand. It's going to suck all the water out of your fucking mouth. You're not going to have a good time. It's like drinking death metal.
Ooh.
And then eventually it turns into, I don't know, Joanna Newsom, which, fun fact, distant cousin of Gavin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Which makes Andy Samberg and Gavin Newsom related.
Ugh.
By marriage.
Everyone cool is related.
It sucks.
Fine.
It really sucks.
They all know each other.
But since Gavin has all this money and all this time to focus on actually making a really solid Cabernet, by 2004, they make a Cabernet Sauvignon that wins Wine of the Year through Wine Enthusiast, which, yeah, it means it was completely and utterly undrinkable for at least a fortnight. But I mean, they love their tannins at that fucking magazine. But yeah, it would end up establishing Plump Jack as a big name wine in the industry and ended up justifying its sales price of $135 a bottle. And Gavin would use this acclaim to branch out to 3 more wineries, 5 acclaimed restaurants, 2 more wine shops, and a luxury hotel near Lake Tahoe. And all it took was a loan from the richest man in the fucking country.
God, yeah. This is... It seems more like this isn't a rags to riches or like pull yourself up by the bootstrap story. This is more like a YA protagonist.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Where it's just like, oh, life is so hard. And then it's like, wait, you mean what? I am magically endowed with these gifts that have been given to me by this fairy queen?
Man, I've been living in this boxcar for a month for no reason. I could have been solving mysteries for free.
Yeah, it's the total like Harry Potter bullshit. It's just like, yeah, you had some shitty relatives, but guess what? You can do magic.
Yeah.
Also, you are the chosen one.
Yeah. And then it ends up being this terrible example of like, well, Gavin was raised by a single mom who was working 3 jobs and look what he could do. And, good on him for being able to do it. I just also don't think it probably took that much effort because, I mean, look, if you have Gordon Getty as your backer and you open a winery and he's invested in the business, how many of his friends do you think he's going to say, hey, you need to buy this wine?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or just a sense that like, and it's not like Gavin is not, the idiot cousin tanking this thing either.
100%. I do not want to discount the natural skills and talents that Gavin has. He legitimately does have them.
But you could have a bad year and you still have Gordon Getty helping this business financially.
Oh yeah, there are brilliant wineries in Napa and Oregon and Washington that just through the wildfires alone are done. Through not even just, their vines burning down, but from just too much rain happening due to the wildfires.
Right.
Because grapes, you don't water them. They have to suffer. Suffering grapes taste delicious. And yeah, there are so many wineries that just got completely wiped out from that. There are really good Merlot wineries that got wiped out due to Sideways winning an Oscar. And it's such a fickle fucking industry, and to be able to have that man backing you is huge.
Yeah, I would say like in terms of the story of raised by a single mother and did all this stuff, is like the savviness of the single mother was that she had the sense to like have no shame in reaching out to those connections and be
100%.
like just connecting her son as much as possible.
Like I imagine my mom immediately when I read that, because she was like,
Yes.
I am not going to let this dynasty end here.
Yes.
This is hey, there's something I can do about this. I've been working 3 jobs every single fucking day. I'm doing something about it.
Yeah, no, my kid is going to live better than me.
Mm-hmm. And also, I've never had Plump Jack, so I can't exactly say whether it's good or bad. I just know that the style of Cabernet it is, that's not for me. That's not my thing. I'd rather open a bottle and drink it immediately, because I'm classy.
No, it's because as millennials, we've had time stolen from us, and even the concept of time.
Wait, I have to fucking age this man? I don't even know if I'm going to be alive. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I don't have a 401k. My plan is just to not be here.
I have when I moved to Chicago, actually, when I was working at the wine shop, I bought a case of Boone's Farm at cost before I left.
And you're just aging it?
Oh no, I was just like, we're going to drink all of these over the year. We're going to drink $24 worth of wine, and it's not wine, and it's going to be great.
How much Boone's Farm did $24 get you? I imagine enough.
12 bottles.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess
$2 a bottle it costs.
$2. Okay.
And then you charge $3.
Oh boy. I hear Boone's Farm and I get a headache.
Look, Boone's Farm, if you want to sponsor this podcast, first you have to get more than one kind of Boone's Farm at the fucking Jewel near where I live, because I've been craving that blue Hawaiian shit for no good reason.
It's blue?
Oh my God, yeah, their flavors are blue, green. They have a sangria, which I guarantee is not made with grapes.
It's a delightful antifreeze with no aftertaste.
Look, we had to quit making it because the prison nearby us that was cultivating it shut down, so we have to find a new source.
Or they undercut us. No, I remember, like, my thing with Boone's Farm is a light went off for me when it was the only wine we could buy at Oberlin on a Sunday, and which told me that there wasn't enough alcohol in it to make it unavailable, because Ohio has ridiculous liquor laws.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't sell anything above, I think it was like 15% alcohol on Sundays, which means that in gas stations you can find underproof whiskey sitting on the shelf. So like if you're just like, look, I hate shitty bourbon, I should try it watered down.
Oh my God. Sounds so awful.
Oh, it's garbage times, but desperate times. Anyway, so he ends up becoming a wealthy dude throughout a winery. A story, that's a sentence that barely exists in the industry. Usually it's like, I'm wealthy and now I'm less wealthy, but all my friends love my restaurant.
Yeah.
Or like, I started a winery because I'm an actor and now I'm taking my name rights back. But it also brings up another kind of weird question about Gavin's wealth, because he and the Getty family are constantly intertwined in their money dealings. So the San Francisco Gate newspaper noted in 2008, quote, Getty owns 49% of the concern that manages all the Plump Jack businesses, 96% of the winery, 96% of the partnership that runs the Squaw Valley Inn, and more than 80% of Newsom's real estate development firm. Getty has a similar stake in the other businesses, but he's still the lead outside investor in most. Newsom's stake in those Getty-backed businesses is more than $6.9 million, which this included Getty Images and a number of other Getty offshoots. And Newsom was paid $169,000 by the Getty Trust for investment advice from 1997 till the year 2000. So it's essentially a deal of the Gettys invest in him, he invests in the Gettys, and then the Gettys invest more in him. But there's also another family that's investing in all of Gavin's ideas too. And that would be a fellow by the name of Paul Pelosi, who is the husband of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
What?
But this might also just be because Gavin's uncle-in-law is Nancy's brother Ron.
Oh, sorry. I just had to try to see the genealogy tree for a second in my head. Okay.
Yeah. So, Nancy's husband, Paul, puts money in, but Gavin is tangentially related to Ron Pelosi, who is his uncle-in-law, who is Nancy's brother.
Amazing.
It's pretty much like if you were doing California Monopoly, the final 2 squares are the Gettys and the Pelosi's, and he got them both. He's fucking charging shit for Boardwalk. It's great.
He's throwing houses on there. He's got a hotel.
He does. The Squaw Valley Inn, and they need to change the name.
Yes, guys.
That's on California, though. I do not like saying that word. Anyway, you know what? He's got the political science degree. He's got a winery that's going great, and it's about fucking time that he uses it. So in 1995, Gavin, who I will remind you was 28 years old at the time, volunteered for the mayoral campaign of Speaker of the State, Assembly Willie Brown. Now, Willie Brown has more than a month worth of episodes that we could do on him, so I'm just going to knock it down to the basics, which are that if he won, he would end up becoming the first black mayor of San Francisco. He was beloved by many, many people, dated Kamala Harris for a while, and had a long history of favoritism amongst his various proteges. There's actually kind of a funny story when people were just like, so you keep giving all these benefits to your proteges and they seem to keep giving you benefits? To which he responded, look, Kamala said the day that she became district attorney that she would have people write me up for jaywalking if they ever caught me. But, that's politics for you. It's just very weird. Yeah. So when you have a young, excited, rich dude with all the best connections, and also he's a total snack, you need to make that man a freaking protege. So after Willie won, he appointed Gavin to an open seat on the city's Parking and Traffic Commission in 1996, which from what I read, and I'm using the terminology that was given for this, is a position that is usually saved for a, quote, straight white man. I don't know why this is a San Francisco thing, but apparently only straight white dudes can handle parking.
What?
Yeah, it was such a weird fucking sentence. And the next year, Willie gave him a raise and appointed him to the City Board of Supervisors, making him the youngest sitting member in the history of the city. And he would repeatedly win re-election after that appointment, often not even facing any competition. But that would also be because he would occasionally get on the ballot as both the Democrat and Republican nominee.
Gavin?
Yeah, so this is going to start a bit of a weird thing with Gavin, is apparently for that Republican nomination that he got, he paid $500.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was like it was like a $500 donation to fund a Republican mailer. And the tit for tat was, if you donate $500, you can be the Republican nominee in a district in San Francisco we will never win.
Oh, sure. But at least we're walking away now with $500.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, you just got shamed. Now you have $500.
Yeah.
Mailing campaign. So of the biggest focuses, Gavin pushed really hard for public transit. You know how much I love that.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed for restaurants to serve booze outside.
Hey.
And he started the Care Not Cash initiative, which I kind of really like. The general idea behind it was San Francisco has a huge houselessness problem, and the only way they've been trying to fix it is just throw money at the problem. And Gavin noted that if they really want to fix it, then they need to fix the foundational structure of all the industries that are there to fix it. So improving shelters, improving access to mental health, improving financial availability programs, things such as that. Yeah. And according to a 2008 audit, it turned out to be a mostly successful program, which huge fucking shock. You have to fix the system before you can give it more money.
Yeah, it's not just asking Detroit and New York, please stop giving your homeless citizens bus tickets to San Francisco ahead of a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, just maybe. Get some low-income housing. Give people a place to stay.
Yes.
You have the space. Fucking do.
You really do, Detroit.
So this would also be around the time that Gavin would meet his first wife, the city's assistant district attorney, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Now, if that name sounds familiar, it's because her name now is Kimberly Guilfoyle Trump, because she is Donald Trump Jr.'s wife.
Yes.
Or maybe they're dating. I don't know if they got married.
I don't know if they got married either.
Yeah, they might just be dating.
Yeah. I mean, she's merely screaming and dating.
Yes. She is smiling gleefully as she watches a coup get tried. And fucking one of the worst people in the planet.
Yes.
So Gavin and Kimberly would get divorced around 2006, citing the strain of Gavin living in the West Coast while Kimberly lived in the East Coast, because around that time she started getting into journalism and getting on Fox News and all of that. And so, they just had a long distance marriage.
Yeah.
Those always work.
Shit is hard.
But prior to that, Harper's Bazaar did a whole article on them in 2004, calling them, quote, the new Kennedys.
Oh, I wonder if that's going to become a curse. If anyone mentions Camelot about your relationships, oh no, get the prenup.
I am honest to God shocked it hasn't come up more, because I remember when that came out and it was more that sort of thing where it's like, she's conservative, he's super liberal. How do they get along? They're going to be president. Oh,
so this is fascinating too, because I just assumed she was fine. And then she was maybe centrist, but liberal, and then got brainwashed at some point in the journal sphere.
No, yeah.
And then got completely brainwashed and started dating Trump.
Yeah, no, from what I have read, that was the thing that really kind of blew everyone's minds, was that it was such a strange political dynamic for a marriage. And how do you make it work? And the answer is apparently we never see each other.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I will also say I knew nothing of their relationship at all. But yeah, it's we're two very attractive people, and we don't see each other.
Yeah, look, AIM is doing its best. We're trying. And so it just kind of hinted that these two people were destined to be the power couple of our horrifying futures, and then they weren't. And it turns out the same year after their divorce was finalized, Gavin would meet his second wife, documentarian Jennifer Seibel. And the two are still married to this day, and I swear to God their 4 children have the whitest names I have ever fucking heard.
Oh no, what are they?
Montana.
Nope.
Hunter.
No.
Dutch.
Stop it.
And Brooklyn with 2 N's.
Ah!
I believe if you name your kids that, they immediately get into the prep school of their choice.
But they're not even allow me to be classist for a hot second.
Do it.
They're not even good, dumb white names. Those are oh God, the minute you name it.
2 N's?
That's 21st century dumb white name. But to name a kid Hunter, No,
Yeah.
no.
And like Montana at least makes sense because that's where Jennifer's family are from. So I kind of
No, it
understand that
doesn't.
one.
No, it doesn't. I'm not going to name a kid East Lansing just because I live there.
Look, I don't appreciate you making fun of E.L. James's name.
Touche. Oh, that's so dumb.
I'm sure they're wonderful children. It's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm sure they are too, but my God, Dutch? Really?
Ugh. I mean, to be a Gen Z kid named Dutch, what a fucking life. So naturally, when Willie Brown was termed out of office in 2002, he would encourage his young protege to enter the race to replace him. And really, who's Gavin to say no? So entering with the full support of the outgoing mayor, Gavin seemed poised for an easy win. But two things would hold him back. Well, three, technically. And the first is more of like an asterisk, mainly because San Francisco elects mayors a lot like Chicago does. If you get more than 50%, you win outright. And if you get less than that, then it's a top two candidate runoff. So when Gavin was also joined in the race by fellow Democrats, such as City Supervisor Tom Amiano, former City Supervisor Angela Alioto, and City Treasurer Susan Leal, that made things a lot harder for him to get the potential win after the vote split that hard. But the big out of nowhere hurdle came from the least likely of places, the Green Party. So Matt Gonzalez was born in McAllen, Texas in 1965, just a few years before Gavin. So we got ourselves a 30-something mayor runoff.
Yes.
So Matt would go on to attend Columbia University and then eventually get his law degree from Stanford. He would stay in the Bay Area after graduating and worked as a public defender for about a decade. And his political leanings would best be described as left as fuck. He was initially a member of the Peace and Freedom Party, which is more the Socialist Party in California that's been there since the 60s, but would briefly switch to the Democrats in 1999 in order to run for Attorney General on a platform of ending political corruption and stopping all marijuana prosecutions. He would lose, but it would catch the eye of Tom Amiano, who convinced Matt to move to a new neighborhood and run for the open seat on the city board of supervisors. However, against Tom's best hopes, Matt would officially become a member of the Green Party in the middle of the race. But despite this, and tons of ill will from Democrats who were feeling a lot of rage against the Greens for quote-unquote spoiling the 2000 election,
Oh, yeah.
Matt ended up winning. And he became one of the highest ranking elected Greens in the entire country. And while on the board, dude made a name for himself, mainly because he wouldn't bend to fucking anyone. A lot of people got very frustrated that he would not, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, he would not meet on the middle with anyone. He wouldn't compromise. He was just like, this is what I believe. And if the bill doesn't say it, I'm not voting for it.
Yeah.
He refused to meet with Mayor Willie Brown for 2 years. And he would state it wasn't because he wanted to insult the mayor, but it was because he didn't want to give him the chance to influence his vote.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Which, as someone who is easily susceptible to sales pitches and things like that, I kind of appreciate it. If you know that's your weakness, fucking stay the fuck away.
That's very fair. Yeah. And I can imagine Willie being like, you look like an excellent protege in the making.
Yeah, you are a young, attractive man. I already have another young and attractive man. Let us have more.
Yeah. Let us have a whole stable.
You know what? I haven't saved the Green Party yet. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Another major thing that he did that pissed off a lot of people was the Board of Supervisors were working on passing a commendation for Nancy Pelosi since she had just been elected House Minority Whip and was the first woman to ever receive that position. And she's a Pelosi. She's in the Bay Area. We're gonna pass a commendation. And Matt was the only person to vote against it on the 11-member board. And when asked why, he said, "I just don't think that's what we should be doing with our time."
Ooh.
And he noted that I already sent her a letter congratulating her. It's what she did for me when I won the position that I'm in right now. I think we're good.
So what goes into a comment?
Nothing. It's literally a vote where everyone agrees that this is something we're honoring.
Okay, so he couldn't just like.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was with him, and I was just like, oh, like, I'm thinking like they meet her on the tarmac. There's like
they name a city after her.
Sure.
No, it's literally an official congratulations. And he's like, we should be doing other things. I sent her an email. We're good.
But you weren't.
Like
it took 2 minutes. It probably took longer because he was so obstinate.
Yeah.
It could have been done in a minute.
Look, do you know how long it took to get to that hallmark in the hate? I had
Yeah, that probably took longer.
It was a Ziggy card. It was more than she gave me.
Sent me a Kathy card. I thought it was disrespectful.
How dare you? Kathy's fucking hilarious. She says, "Ack, men are dumb."
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Jogging and headbands and sweatshirts. Anyway, yeah, so on one hand, it's like, I get what you're saying, man, but also it's just like, just fucking do it. Just this sort of political circle jerk is just tradition at this point. You're not going to stop it.
It's this kind of obstinance that keeps you all third-party people away from the action for far too long.
Oh my God. So speaking of that, small tangent. So a new political party I've been following on Twitter for the past year is called the People's Party. They are trying to establish a progressive left-wing party in America. And initially it seemed like their plan was they were going to go into areas where there were more centrist Democrats and try to run a progressive candidate against them. them, but in areas that would be safe enough that they wouldn't, get that Democrat kicked out or replaced with a more conservative person. And that tactic is now switched to personally attacking AOC and the rest of the squad for not being progressive enough.
I promise you, we already have people on that, and we definitely don't just shut up.
Yeah, it is one of the quickest shifts in perception that I've had for a party where it's like, oh, this might actually work, to now it's just like, I just kind of want to unfollow you because you sound like every other weird Republican talking about AOC's feet. Anyway, so Matt's doing great. He's making a stand. He's keeping his stubbornness, and it actually results in him being elected to the president of the board the very next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there were 3 people running. There were 2 Democrats and him, and he ends up squeaking in the majority after one of the Democrats drops out. But he also got the vote from the 1 Republican on the board. And when asked why, the guy's like, I believe Matt is a man of his word and his convictions, and I think he's going to do a great job. Yeah, and I think it's 100% those things where it's like, this guy's not going to politically fuck me. If he tells me something, it's what it's going to fucking be. And
that's really true. It's like, I might not like hearing it.
Yeah,
but
I hate his socialist fucking face, and I'm going to drown him in a sea turtle carcass. But man's not going to lie to me.
But hey,
that'd be a very nice note.
Still a Republican in San Fran, so that's on me.
Yeah, look, I chose the Deanna Lorraine path in life, and it's what I have now. And so Gavin was able to pull about 42% of the vote, and the rest was split amongst the Democrats and kept him from outright winning. But the support for Gonzalez also happened to be just good enough that he became the candidate to move on to the runoff. And Matt might have very well won, too. Progressives in the city were not too keen on Gavin's coziness with the Republican Party. As I said before, he was on their ticket when he ran for the board a couple of times. He espoused admiration for Colin Powell just a little bit after he lied about the Iraq War and bottles of fucking anthrax and shit. And he viewed himself as more of a moderate on most issues. So in a city like San Francisco, you kind of need a progressive to run to the left of that. So when given a choice, the more progressive folks in the city immediately rallied hard around Matt. Unfortunately for him, though, the Democrats were just coming off a really embarrassing loss to an action movie star and had lost control of the whole state. So, it seemed like the Democrats took Arnold Schwarzenegger winning especially hard. And so with this San Francisco mayoral race now in the balance, they decided to throw fucking everything possible at it. And it's an off election year, so they could afford to do it. And so while Matt was able to get the endorsement of about half of the Board of Supervisors, Gavin ended up getting Jesse Jackson, Al Gore, and President Bill Clinton to not only endorse him, but to travel to San Francisco and campaign for him.
Good Lord. So I'm just giggling at the absolute overkill. Just ego salve, just 100% feel better.
Yeah. You have embarrassed the machine, and now the machine wants to beat up a third party that's trying its best with its legitimate best candidate that I think they've ever had.
Right. In a city that is truly progressive. You really do need to go left. It's what the audience wants.
Yeah. Matt would have been a wonderful mayor of San Francisco, I think. I don't know how much of his plans would have been passed, and he definitely would not have changed his mind or, given up anything to get them to pass. It would just be like, well, that's not happening. I tried.
And remind me again what year this was?
This would have been 2003. This would have been 1 month, less than 1 month after the embarrassment of the recall election. They lost. They got mad. They sent a bunch of people to beat up a grassroots third party candidate.
Yeah, it's so true. Oh, yeah, it's like being kicked around by a bully and then turning around and hitting a puppy.
Give me your fucking lunch money, puppy. You give a puppy a swirly. They seem like they would like it.
Oh.
Yeah, so, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen? It wasn't enough, but it was a lot closer than something like that really should have been. Gavin would win 53-47 and only beat Matt by 14,000 votes.
Oof.
And as Gavin ascended to the mayoralship of San Francisco, Matt announced that he would not run for re-election and left to start his own law firm.
Oh,
now, what would typically be the situation is Matt would leave and then a new Democrat would come in. Turns out another Green Party candidate ended up taking his place.
Oh, mazel.
So it was usually that does not work out.
Yeah, good job, Green Party.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know why he decided to do that. I'm assuming it was either he just had a really rough 2 years in the job, or he's like, look, I could stand up to Willie Brown. I do not want to even fucking see Gavin Newsom on a daily basis. I'm going to go practice law privately.
I can see not just the bank account totally depleted, but certainly your emotional well-being.
Matt would pretty much drop out of politics for the most part. He would be the vice presidential nominee for Ralph Nader's run in 2008, but that would pretty much be it for him. Today, Matt's working as the chief attorney for the state's public defender office in San Francisco.
Hey,
Yeah,
good
so
job, Matt.
Still doing good work, rocking a pretty swell hipster haircut at the age of 50.
Oh, go on with your bad Gen X self.
Yeah, he's doing really good. But you know what? Fuck that noise. This is Gavin's show. If you wanted to fucking learn about a doomed Green Party candidate, you could listen to literally any other fucking episode.
Literally, like almost all our episodes, like any episode, pick at random.
Yeah, we're talking about fucking winners this episode.
Yeah.
And look, as mayor, he honestly was a lot less moderate than you would expect. In 2004, he pushed to allow marriage license to same-sex couples, which Arnold Schwarzenegger would, he'd veto that, and they'd get into a huge kerfuffle over it. But it was one of the first major milestones to pushing same-sex marriage within the state. He supported strikes on established universal health care throughout the entire city, becoming the first city in America to do that.
Oh, wow.
But then again, there was the kind of not-so-great stuff. Like, he refused to allow San Francisco to become a sanctuary city. He expanded on a lot of development projects, which aided in making San Francisco pretty unaffordable. And he tried to push a state law that would let cities decide that certain breeds of dogs were illegal, which, almost always applies to those adorable baby-defending balls of muscle known as pit bulls.
The little pitties.
Pitties are wonderful animals. They only become terrible when people make them terrible.
So true.
They're such sweethearts.
But they're usually just scared of their shadow.
Oh my God.
They're so cute.
Yeah, they will defend children till their fucking death, but anything else, nope. I'm just going to sit on your lap like I'm still a puppy, crush your tibia, and you will.
Yep. I was going to sneak up onto this couch and into your lap because I still think I'm just a little small dog.
Yeah. Pitties have no, it's not depth perception, but they have no concept of scale. Sweet dogs. But yeah, Gavin was pushing to ban them in San Francisco. But that being said, the good stuff for at least the voters of San Francisco outweighed the bad. And in 2007, Gavin would crush the competition on the first ballot with 74% of the vote. But what about the Greens? I mean, they just had their best election ever in 2003.
Yeah.
Well, doing what all these fucking parties always do. Their main candidate was a guy by the name of Chicken John.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so Chicken John is a performance artist that apparently is very well known in the Burning Man crowd.
Oh.
And for this particular election, he ran it as an experimental art piece, notably changing fake mustaches at least 7 times throughout the campaign. So the Greens went from their best chance to run a major American city to a guy who was not even taking the race seriously and ended up getting around 1.7% of the vote.
Right? It's like, is this a joke to you?
Yeah, it's so.
This is democracy, you assholes.
Yeah, it's like you had your best fucking chance to cause actual change. So what are you going to do? Oh, man, we're going to pick this guy who's just going to blow minds, man.
The fucking tanking of the economy is right around the corner.
Yeah, things are about to get real fucking shit, you assholes.
Really could have used you, but no, you had to send in Burning Man.
Yeah. It's so fucking annoying just because this happens with the Green Party so fucking many times where they get so close to success and unless the person runs again, they nominate someone who has no business being the candidate and just completely flame out. It's so fucking frustrating. Like what they need to do is they need to go to Germany, see what the Green Party there is doing right now because they're about to actually run the fucking country and figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah, take some notes, have your Rumspringer.
Like literally every other Green Party in the rest of the fucking world has their shit together. But here in America, it's been like 40 fucking years and I'm not a member, 40 fucking years in America and they still can't figure out how to even run a basic fucking campaign. I'm talking to you, Howie Hawkins. Fucking figure this shit out. Get your house in order, Howie.
You had one job to be electable and you couldn't do that.
God damn it. Anyway, so Gavin's riding high in popularity and he's about to be termed out of office. You can only serve 2 terms as mayor in San Francisco, then you got to move on. So Gavin needs a place to go. And for folks like Gavin, that place is always fucking up. So in 2009, Gavin entered the 2010 race for governor. And he entered it with the endorsement of Bill Clinton and a hokey campaign promise that people could call him and hold your sides because you are in sheer danger of losing them. He told people they could call him the Gavinator.
No, he didn't. No,
you're mad because you don't get the joke, Una. You see, Arnold Schwarzenegger had referred himself. And look, I know that joke isn't the reason that he started polling so bad, but it really deserves to be.
It really does. I'm going to choose to believe it is.
I don't know what campaign aide let him go on stage and say that. Like there had to be a chief of staff that just like pulled out a sock full of nickels and just hit him once.
He just rolled up a newspaper.
No.
Stop
it. Do you want me to get Gordon in here? Because he will give you money. But the main reason he wasn't doing good was that he was going up against former Governor Jerry Brown, who was making his comeback. And Jerry Brown is too well fucking beloved in California for some young upstart 30-something to win.
Yeah.
And when he was behind a full 20 points behind Jerry Brown, he dropped out of the race.
Okay, Gavin, smart.
And then immediately switched over to running for the lieutenant governor race.
Okay.
And from there, he scored all the endorsements, easily won the Democratic primary, and skated into office alongside Jerry Brown.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
what a pivot.
Perfect move. We've seen a lot of bad decisions in this podcast. That's probably
really
one of the best. It's just a smooth transition. So when he got the lieutenant governorship, he also happened to get his own TV show.
Why?
Well, the story is actually innocent enough, and I can understand how it happened. Because Gavin was he's super into social media, and in 2010, being a politician super into social media was just a rare butterfly.
Yeah.
And so what he wanted to do as lieutenant governor is he wanted his own YouTube channel to do a regular show.
Ooh.
And so he approached Current TV, which was a political TV station with a more liberal lean that was founded by Al Gore.
I remember Current TV.
Yeah, it did. Not well. And so Gavin knew they had a base in Sacramento, was like, hey, can I use your equipment for my YouTube channel? And they said, we'll do you one better. How about we give you a show?
Yeah. You're looking for content.
100%. And the real bummer, though, is Gavin's show, the Gavin Newsom show, was created to replace Countdown with Keith Olbermann. Yeah, those are not easy shoes to fill.
No.
So what kind of show was it? Well, it was an hour-long talk show that, I'll let Gavin describe it. Quote, it's a political show without politicians, meaning I'm in politics. I'm on a network that's dominantly political, and I happen to believe firmly that for politics to change, public policy needs to change, meaning the best policies is the better idea. And we cannot restrict ourselves in the political dialogue to sourcing ideas from the politicians and pundits.
Oh my God, someone get him a screenwriter too. Jesus Christ, there's like a million of them unemployed right now would be better than any of that.
What, that's not a good byline? You don't get the idea of what the show is?
I zoned out halfway through, and then I came back to just like debate rambling.
Yeah, it clearly shows that he had no training for what an interview about a new show is about, where everyone's going to ask you, what's it about? What time is it on? What was it like working with blank?
Yes. Yeah. And also it's like, no, you just have the same sentence and it's called a hook. That's it.
Yeah. You say it to all 57 pool journalists who come in and interview you at the Marriott.
And if you're good, you say every time like it's the first time.
Exactly. Oh, man. That's what makes Tom Cruise great. The show didn't go great. It would end up getting canceled after 7 months. But shortly after that, Current TV got canceled. Mainly
R.I.P.
It got bought by Al Jazeera. And Al Jazeera, looking at their new property, said, we'd rather not have the channel, but we would really love your connections to all the other cable companies so we can launch Al Jazeera English. And that's how we got that really good news station for a while.
Oh, remember when the internet had stuff on it?
Continue.
When it wasn't just like Facebook cesspool of hatred.
Oh, yeah.
When it was just like live journals and people making funny, ironic websites.
Yeah, just gonads and strife. And if you need notes for a class, you go on Facebook, you find the people who are in your class, because you have to be in fucking college to use Facebook. And yes, I'm an elitist about Facebook. I should have been kicked off of Facebook when I graduated undergrad and then allowed back on when I entered grad school.
Honestly, yeah.
It was perfectly fine and innocent. And then,
you graduated. Here's MySpace.
Yeah.
Learn to code. Learn to code in a way that will make someone arrive at your page, wonder where the music is coming from, and not be able to turn it off.
If you need help, there's a 13-year-old in Johannesburg who can make a wonderful glitter background gift for you.
Yeah, like Blingy. You know what? We've already taken so many tangents. I'm just going to self-censor myself from this dumbass elder millennial stroll down memory lane.
Agreed. This is dangerous nostalgia for us. So yeah, once again, Gavin ended up being a lot more progressive than people probably expected. There's not a whole lot you can do as Lieutenant Governor of California. You do immediately become president of the Senate there, but that's, you're just there for tiebreakers. But he did push forward a lot of ideas. He pushed to get the state to ban capital punishment on at least 2 different occasions. He fought to lower drug possession to a misdemeanor from a felony. And he led a measure to legalize weed in the state, along with attempting to make community college free throughout the state, and pushed to update technology used in daily government, which if you've ever seen the state of Illinois' Department of Human Services website, it is some angel fire bullshit.
It's one of those things where it's like it won't work unless you're on Netscape.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like it's not like you need to upgrade to Chrome. It's like you need to go back in time.
Yeah. And so it was a lot of really solid policy. But also as lieutenant governor, he would spend the last 3 years in that job running for governor. So Gavin announced his candidacy in 2015 for the 2018 election. And immediately he would end up winning the endorsement of the state party. And in 2018, handily defeated Republican attorney John Cox. And since taking office, his approval ratings they've been fine. As of this January, he was sitting at about 52%, but he's maintained a solid 40 to 60% approval rating throughout his entire tenure. Not great, but not the worst.
Yeah.
So why the hell is this resulting in Gavin eventually becoming the 4th governor ever to face a recall election? Well, this this is actually the 5th petition to recall Gavin Newsom since he took office in 2018. So that's about, let me do the math here, 2.5 petitions per year.
What? So
Yeah.
are people just like since 2018?
Yeah. So essentially, the second he ended up becoming governor, he does something. Someone begins a petitioning process. When that's done, a new one starts. And when that's done, a new one starts. When that's done, a new one starts. And now we're on the one that's going right now.
Oh, so we're just on the one that's gotten far enough to make it to the news.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. The rest have just been utter failures that no one really bothered to note.
So are they just people being cranky? Like,
I mean, I'll lead it up to you because, I mean, the previous reasons for recall range from hating universal health care to socialism's going to happen to budget reasons to, quote, he's helping illegal aliens too much. But the 5th one, I mean, I'm going to read you exactly what it says here as to why they are recalling him. All right. The grounds for this recall are as follows. Governor Newsom has implemented laws which are detrimental to the citizens of this state and our way of life. Laws he endorsed favor foreign nationals in our country illegally over that of our own citizens. People in this state suffer the highest taxes in the nation, the highest homelessness rates, and the lowest quality of life as a result. He has imposed sanctuary state status and fails to enforce immigration laws. He unilaterally overruled the will of the people regarding the death penalty. He seeks to impose additional burdens on our state by the following: removing the protections of Proposition 13, which is a property tax proposition, rationing our water use, increasing taxes, and restricting parental rights. I would also like to note they do not use the Oxford comma here, which makes them fucking monsters. Having no other recourse, we the people have come together to take this action, remedy these misdeeds, and prevent further injustices.
Like, yeah, so this is just Trump crankiness.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's a mishmash of shit that, you know what? Funny that. California, as of 2020, does not have the highest rate of houselessness. Number 1, DC. Number 2, New York. Number 3, Hawaii. Number 4, California.
Oh, DC.
So it's already wrong. Yeah, DC's.
They don't even get senators.
Yeah, it's.
They don't even have
really
senators they can recall.
Oh my God. Yeah, so that's already wrong.
I'm just so mad because it's like everything they've listed is 1, borderline hyperbole or actual hyperbole, and 2, exactly the kind of thing that like you vote in the next election for. Like nothing here screams like, oh my God, we need to immediately get this guy out. Yeah. Holy shit.
Also, bringing up houselessness as an issue feels a lot more taking advantage of a situation. It feels more
yes.
I can't find the word for it. But yeah, because a lot of these people who are supporting this, I guarantee, aren't living in Los Angeles, which does have a whole host of reasons that it has for the problems of houselessness there that people are thoroughly unwilling to address. But, you know, people living in fucking, I don't know, Placerville or fucking,
right,
you know, in the northern parts of the fucking state don't have to deal with that as much as the rate alludes. So you're just using people for your own fucking gains.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, so we do get a bit of a clearer idea when we start to look at the guy who's actually heading up this whole thing. And it's a retired county sheriff by the name of Orrin Heatley. So Orrin's 52, and it seems as though he retired from his job due to medical issues. It's alluded that he had back surgery at one point, and that's actually how he discovered about the recall. When the 4th recall was going on, led by a woman by the name of Erin Cruz, Orrin ended up hopping on while he was recovering from that surgery. He was on Facebook. He had just seen a video of Gavin Newsom recommending to immigrant communities and communities of color to not answer the door if ICE knocks, and that they are not legally obligated to open the door if they knock. And after seeing this, Orrin's like, God damn it, fuck this. And he joined the 4th recall effort that was going on.
For fuck's sake.
And so during this time, he went about it in a very cop fashion. He figured out really quickly that this particular attempt wasn't going to work. And so he studied what worked and what really was not to be able to use for his next time around. And so when the Erin Cruz attempt ended up failing, he hopped on immediately. He formed the California Patriot Coalition and immediately began recruiting as many people as he could who had worked for the 2003 recall. And he would end up bringing about 200 people on board to operate in various,
Dude, I'm just so mad because if they win the recall and then a recall is, again, put to a vote like in 2003, that's using your tax dollars.
Yeah, it's we're going to get to this later, but one of the stipulations of the recall is time has to be placed to state how much the election is going to cost.
Yeah, fucking eat those numbers.
And so I do have to commend him that probably the smartest thing that he did for this was bring on as many 2003 veterans as he could. And it shocked me that it seems like no one else has done that before, that he might have been the first person to be like, maybe I should hire people who have done this.
Right. This guy's the Napoleon of recalls. He's a military theorist of recalls.
So what happens when you fucking banish me to St. Helena?
Just because I have back problems.
So initially, the movement was going about as well as the 4 had done before. For the first 6 months, they'd only been able to get 55,000 signatures, which was well short of the 1,495,709 signatures that they needed. And it was November, and they needed all of these extra signatures by March 17th, 2021.
St. Patrick's Day. Hey!
Oh, God, no! And then Gavin done fucked up. So I
Gavin.
don't know if you remember this, but this was like a big fucking deal in the Twitter sphere. I remember a lot of people being mad at this, including me, just because it was such a stupid fucking thing to do.
See,
So
blackface.
I don't know if you know this, Una, but we've been in the middle of a bit of a pandemic.
We have.
And that pandemic has required all of us to make a ton of sacrifices, such as, not seeing family,
Yeah.
working from home, locking
Mhm.
ourselves in. And another big sacrifice, not going out to eat or hanging out around a ton of people.
Oh no.
So with the holiday season coming up in November of 2020, the state of California issued guidelines stating, hey, if you're going to be having celebrations for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we recommend that there not be any more than 3 households worth of people in your home. So I'm assuming that to mean like 2 distant families in your family.
Sure.
Like, your grandma and
Well,
grandpa can come, your uncle.
I don't know. I mean, numbers wise, there's a lot of leeway in that statement.
Yeah, is Irish folks. I believe we both understand that could mean anywhere from 4 people to half a small town.
Yeah. But meanwhile, also as Irish folk, we won't be getting together at all because it would mean talking and eye contact.
Yep. Nope. The eye contact is much more difficult because you have to wear a mask and there's nowhere else to look. So I will see you never. But so this was announced and it kind of had this immediate reaction within the right-wing sphere of being like, I mean, it's not enforceable, but what if it fucking is one day? This is the first fucking step that they're just going to count how many people are in your house on Christmas and then they're going to fucking arrest you for having too many fucking people celebrating Jesus in one place.
Well, it's what you keep going after with ICE thugs, but sure, continue with your freak out.
But the other thing that had kind of happened as a bit of a give and take is that California was lessening some restrictions in counties that were doing okay numbers-wise. And one of those restrictions was opening up restaurants to outdoor eating. So one such place that was offering outdoor dining was the French Laundry, a 3 Michelin star restaurant in Yountville, California. The restaurant offers a mostly French 9-course tasting menu that costs around $355 per person, but that doesn't include if you want to add caviar or truffles or tip. It also just so happens that in November of 2020, Gavin and his wife were invited to a birthday party being hosted there, along with the CEO of California Medical Association, as well as their top lobbyist.
Ooh, this just got worse.
And it just so happened there were also at least a dozen other people who were invited. And of course, with it being the governor, other diners took pictures from afar to post online. And what started as a, hey, look who I saw while eating a $50 snail post, turned into people noticing a lot of hypocrisy. Mainly that the number of people in the party were a lot more than the state guidelines for personal holiday gatherings. Also, no one was wearing a mask and everyone was sitting very fucking close. And based on the picture, it sure fucking looks like they're having indoor seating. And also, while people are losing their jobs and homes and those who are working or risking their lives to do it don't really have the luxury of eating riz de veau with farro porridge, Parmesan mousseline, and black winter truffles.
That is so tone deaf. Like, Gavin, do you not have friends to just tell you?
Yeah, his name's Gordon, and he said, come on by for some fucking Wagyu beef.
Oh my God.
It's $100 extra, but it's fucking worth it.
Yeah, no, bucket list, 100%, but not in a Oh God, it's like, hey, right wing, here's some culture war kindling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you wrote it out on a script, it couldn't have been more perfectly fit. I mean, to not just piss off the right wing, but also the fucking left wing. Like, it is a fucking Rosetta Stone of shittiness. God damn it. And so when rumors started spreading that the quarantine rules apparently don't apply to the governor, Newsom and his folks did the traditional thing by defending the fuck out of what they did. So Newsom noted that it only looked like they were indoors, but it was actually outdoor seating, and it's a garage sort of setting, and there's these big windows, and they had them all open and everything. And,
someone take his shovel away.
But also people should know, and this is really important, private meeting rules don't apply to dining. So we cool?
Just say you're sorry. Like,
yep.
Here's the thing is, like, I don't even remember that. I guess because mostly it was like trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
But outside of Twitter, it never reached the levels of Cuomo. It's like,
oh yeah. Andrew Cuomo was right there to ruin everything much worse.
Yeah, it's like all you had to do was apologize and continue letting Cuomo take all the spotlight for his incredible shittiness. Like, you were just at like Mayor de Blasio bad levels.
Yeah. Like, you ate pizza with a fork. Fucking Cuomo is throwing elderly people with COVID into nursing homes and just being like, we good? Okay, bye.
Right. You were at the just one more rep at the gym while I continue shitting on the New York Teachers Union. Bad.
Yeah, you're like 15 seconds of jokes on Last Week Tonight.
Yes. Yeah, if that, exactly. Just apologize and then never do it again.
So, of course, journalists started to dive in more to it because you need to do something with your 8-hour day.
Right.
And they found diners who had pictures of everyone in the Newsom party talking very close, being maskless, but also a number that noted initially their party was in a garage-like setting like they had said, but that the party was so loud that the restaurant closed it off, essentially granting them a private indoor dining experience.
God damn it.
Yeah, which, look, if you're at the French Laundry, I get it. You're very excited. It's going to be a good time, and it's a birthday. Yay. You're at a fucking fine dining restaurant. It's indoor voices divided by 2, to my understanding. You shouldn't be so loud at a fucking 3 Michelin star restaurant that they have to enclose you in a glass case.
Yeah, at least for those of us who weren't raised by wolves, Gavin.
Your mother worked 3 fucking jobs for you to do this. Fucking respect everyone else. Like, for you, I'm sure this is like, oh, I go here every other month. And for a lot of people, they're just like, I saved up my money to go to Napa.
Yes.
I am eating Taco Bell the rest of the fucking week. One of my meals is In-N-Out. The other is here. Yeah. So according to Orrin Heatley, the number of signatures exploded to 500,000 within a month. And by March, Gavin started to take the recall seriously and attempted to kill the movement by highlighting a post that Orrin had made on Facebook that said, quote, "Microchip all illegal immigrants. It works. Just ask animal control."
Which,
so Orrin,
is gross.
It's very gross. And Orrin retorted that he was, quote, just trying to start a conversation and that he doesn't support microchipping people, which, look, if he's the evangelical sort, I 100% believe him when he says this, because that's step 1 of fucking the tribulation is that you're getting the fucking microchips of the fucking mark of the beast and shit. But he's also overlooking the worst part of that, where he is comparing humans to animals that need controlled.
Yeah, exactly. And just like, first of all, what kind of conversation, bud? Like, what? Like, no, don't nice guy, devil's advocate me.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Also great that a cop thought this, not just a cop, but boss cop of an area. Even on top of that, Orrin, that's not how those chips work, my dude. They don't track your pet. They make it easier to identify your pet when they've gone missing. So either your friends in animal control don't know what they're for or just fucking hate you.
Probably the latter.
Yeah. And yeah, either way, Facebook would ban Orrin, and to this day, he still claims he has no idea why they did it.
Wow.
So if we're looking for a reason that Gavin Newsom got recalled, it's not really there. The initial reason was due to him defying ICE, but the real push seems to come from him just flaunting COVID restrictions when people desperately needed to band together in the midst of a dark winter. It also didn't help that the state Democratic chairman called the recall, quote, California coup, literally 9 days after an actual coup attempt in January.
Damn it, California.
Which, according to Orrin, led to another push of signatures.
God sure, damn it.
The party chair would be roundly criticized by everyone, including Gavin's chief of staff, but this is shit you don't fucking say, you out-of-touch shithead. And yeah, on April 26th, Secretary of State Shirley Weaver confirmed that by her initial review, it looks like there are enough signatures to cause a recall. 2 million signatures were sent and 1.7 million were confirmed. Signers of the petition have until May 26th to state that they wish for their name to be removed, but with that being tomorrow, it kind of looks like it's not going to change anything. And following that, the state has until June 26th to announce the cost of the next election. Once they finish that, then it's up to the lieutenant governor to decide when the official election date is going to be. And since it's an odd-numbered year, that means we're going to get a 2003 ballot style. One short question of whether or not we should remove Gavin, and a huge list of all the candidates running. And this time around, it kind of looks like the governor's going to be in better shape. So we mentioned in the last episode that Arnold Schwarzenegger believes that all Gavin has to do is just kind of apologize and do his job better and he'll be okay, which he has been doing during this time. And approval for the recall is still lower than the folks who are against it. But Democrats are back to making the same big mistake that they did in 2003. Once again, the state party is putting everything behind backing Gavin Newsom, and to date, no major Democrat has stepped forward as a replacement candidate. And this goes completely against what polling is asking them to do. UC Berkeley did a poll that had people overwhelmingly saying, look, just be safe, have a really good Democrat running for the recall, just to be safe. And they're not going to do it, apparently. To date, currently, the most well-known Democrat that's running is a dude by the name of Kevin Pathreth, who is a real estate agent, influencer, and runs a YouTube channel called Meet Kevin, where he gives landlord advice.
I mean, yeah, that's the future of people. Like, as more millennials somehow find a way into politics, and then Gen Zers. Yeah.
Eventually, a question of presidential debates will be, what was the name of your YouTube channel and what did you do?
Yeah. Who have you influenced?
Now, there is a chance that former mayor of Los Angeles, Antonio Villaraigosa, might run, but the dude he would be a terrible plan B. He is awash in ethics violations during his time as mayor of Los Angeles. I believe it amounts to about 31 while he was there.
Oh, boy.
But he is also a full-throated supporter of the pyramid scheme / life ruiner Herbalife.
No!
Still speaks for them to this day.
No.
Yeah, he came out in support of them when I believe it was the Association of Latino Americans officially derided Herbalife because they directly target Latino families. It's fucking disgusting. And Antonio Villaraigosa is like, no, this is a great opportunity for people to earn money.
Tony.
Yeah, he was actually on an episode of Pod Save America where John Lovett asked him about it, and he just was like, no, I still support Herbalife. They're great. And just the awkwardness was very thick. And as much as I want to talk about who else is running, that shit really isn't final until the filing deadline. There have been so many times I've been excited to talk about a candidate only to find out that they didn't actually file, or they didn't get enough signatures, or they just made a Facebook page and forgot about it.
That would be me.
Yeah. And look, once the filing deadline is passed, which has not been set yet, we're going to be doing a special episode on as many of the people who are running as we possibly can, whether or not they're going to succeed in replacing Gavin Newsom or not. But I really hope that helps you understand a bit more as to why Gavin's being recalled, to which the answer is racism.
Yeah, Trump.
And then Gavin being just a classist fuck.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they need, oh God, if they're going to stick with Gavin, then they need to scrub everyone's social media who's ever come in contact with him.
Mhm.
They need to treat this election like his San Francisco election when it was kick the puppy time. They just need to go full Goliath.
Yeah. I mean, fact of the matter is, too, when we looked at the 2003 election, Gray Davis was doing fine until people started to hear that Arnold might be running. And that's when things started to get a little iffy. And yeah, if he's not taking this seriously, there's one candidate who I think might be able to do okay. It's a guy by the name of Kevin Falconer. He's the former mayor of San Diego, but he still doesn't have the name recognition of an Arnold Schwarzenegger. No. And if someone like that decides that they're going to run, Gavin's going to need to fucking do something. And the Democrats are going to have to fucking put forward a serious candidate.
They also, they should absolutely take this like serious and sober as a judge, and also use it as like a redemptive arc. Like, what does America love more than just like a really, really good second act mea culpa?
Exactly. Yeah. And like Gavin wants to be fucking president. He needs to win this fucking recall.
Bitch, not after this. Not after French Laundry. No.
People.
He's
a young dude. People might forget in 20 years or 10 years. He's like 50 something now. So 10 years.
Yes. So used to older people. They also, and this is not a joke, they need to hire some Midwestern born and bred consultants. They need to get like people out of Detroit or Pittsburgh, like people who have run local elections there, who could actually take a blank map of the United States and like correctly fill in every name of the state.
Yeah.
Fly them in and be like, okay, you need to put down the Chardonnay. You're having a beer. You're going outside of the Bay Area.
I have a counter pitch. So anytime Gavin wants to go out and do an event, first he has to call a 75-year-old retired coal miner and tell him what he's about to do.
Yes.
And if the coal miner can respond after his black lung has subsided with a yes, then Gavin's allowed to go.
This is a great idea.
Yeah. There are plenty of folks in West Virginia who I am certain would take that job and relish in it.
And the job would come with benefits because fuck it.
It really would. No, it has to. Yes.
It really, definitely
would have
has
one of the
to.
better jobs in the state. God damn it. Well, this has been Gadfly, where we give Gavin Newsom advice that he should
better fucking listen to us.
Look, if anyone knows Gavin Newsom, feel free to send him this. I'm sure he'll appreciate our summary of his life.
Or if anyone knows Gordon Getty,
oh God,
just put us in touch with him, because I would love a money lifeline for my dreams to come true.
Oh man, to be a young protege, what a life. Well, on that note, thanks for listening, you proteges, and we'll see you next time on Gadfly. Give me all the cash, or I'll start a grift. Gadfly is a production of Added Serotonin. Our episodes are edited by Brianna Valentine of Rem Alternus Productions. Our theme song is Sophomore Makeout by Silent Partner, and you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at GadflyPod.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?